Good morning. I put this video up on Instagram.
Baby, please get off the gram. I like you better in the stands. I upgrade my only fan. They do it, don't need a cam. This right here in a new modern jam. I'm on fire, new burning man. She made the view, that's an on demand. You give man, brought them on for friends. This shit, put it on the Bible. I like a bar girl on a bicycle. Then I bought a car, now she feeling entitled. My dick's
Obviously, you can only get a tiny little bit of information on the gram. So this video, I'm going to elaborate on how you can get some really good, interesting, and a little bit different shots for your run if you're kind of running out of ideas or things are getting a bit stagnant. So I'll be using all the shots that we put in the Instagram video, but I'm going to just talk them through a little bit of why I chose them and how best to set them up. This is even a good example. Like, check this light out. You know, we've got the padel lights running here. Ideally, I would probably be zoomed out a little bit further than I am now, so that the shot was a bit wider. But if I step back too far, guys, we're off shit. Anyway, so let me show you what I would suggest that would look like. Okay, so let's take you in here next door. Might be a bit quieter in here. So we've got much more room. Obviously, we've got a lot of mirrors, but I would make sure we're straight according to that. So here you can see you've got the whole body. It's going to be a much better intro to start off with, kind of a wide, medium shot, and then coming in a little bit closer up than just that shot I was doing there where we're just, hello. But sunlight, obviously depends what country you're in, but if you've got sunlight, now sometimes direct sunlight is a little bit too heavy, it's blasting in. I'm obviously giving it a little bit of a squint here and there. It is starting to move around the building though, so actually an ideal shot is where the sun's kind of coming in just at this angle here, 45-degree angle, but definitely not from behind. That generally makes you look like a silhouette, which isn't what you want. So just to give you exhibit A, look at the sun behind me, look how white, washed out and grey everything looks. It's not a vibe. It's not a vibe. So if you can, sunlight. If you can't get sunlight, go for artificial light. Start off with a nice, bright, wide shot. If it's a running video like we're suggesting, let's pick your starting point. You could even pick your end point, which is going to look better, more catchy. Remember, you don't always have to start the video at your starting point. Remember, the viewer doesn't know the beginning, the middle and end until they get to the end to realise that was the end. So whichever is the most interesting, best shot, I'm going to take this one. It's a pretty good shot, pretty good lighting. And that's how you should pick the shot of choice. Okay, so we've spent quite a long time talking about intro and starting off your video. Let's get into those choppy, quick, cinematic kind of cool running vibe shots that you saw in the Instagram video I posted at the beginning. I'm just literally going to throw them on screen to give you some food for thought and you can see how I took them. So starting off, keeping it super basic with literally the first things that you do. Walking into the space, whichever that is for you, whether it's inside, outside. Here you can see I'm walking into a warm-up space like a yoga studio, literally putting my shoes and socks on. If you really want to be picky, you probably noticed I had them on when I walked in the room. You're looking for cool, quirky, fun, interesting, watchable content, not Steven Spielberg did the person walking with their shoes and then re-put them on. So I'm then going to catch some shots of me stretching once I put my shoes and socks on, a couple of them laying on the mat, and then a little light jog just to get some movement into the shot as well. And I have shot this from the front and also from the side so that I can cut in and out different shots if I want to use them. Now we'll move into the actual run. So let's get on to the treadmill in this scenario. But obviously, if you're outside or at a start line, it would be there. And we're simply going to capture the lower half of the legs and feet. So we're going from a walking pace to a run and then obviously slowing that back down and then getting off the machine because we only need a few seconds of this where we can cut in and out. You can see that zoom I've just done there, in and out. I'm filming this on my phone and I'm using my Apple Watch as the viewfinder to zoom in and out. So I don't have to get off, zoom out and do another shot. So that is one thing to bear in mind that you can do. And then we're literally moving the phone round to the front and repeating the exact same thing. Get on and off the machine, walk and into a run. Now we are taking a slightly different angle. So I position myself to the edge of the frame, put the phone further up and pointed it down to create a different view. And now this is the furthest and widest shot out of the whole set. I've moved it right away and lower down so that I look much bigger in this frame, starting off with the walk into a run. And last but not least, just a little POV. So I'm actually holding the phone, so the phone is moving as my body is, just so it's a completely different shot to mix up. So as I said in my Instagram reel, there you will see the video itself, and in the caption there are all the shots that I've cut in. I'll also put in the subject of this video the key shots that I've caught, so that if you need to take a screenshot of it or copy it, you can do that without having to watch the whole video. But I hope you have found this useful, and I will see you in the next one.